My name is Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor with the Internal Revenue Service. Welcome to my YouTube station. I worked at IRS for 10 years. Can you believe it? Yeah, 10 long years. I was one of the bad guys. I used to do a lot of seizing of assets, and I've been in private practice now for about 41 years. So I've been on all the major news stations. Go to my website if you want to learn about me, 777 IRS.com. This isn't an infomercial time for you. So I get in and out of these things in about 3 or 4 minutes. What triggers IRS levies and wage garnishments and federal tax liens? The computer controls everything. You may not know that. If you owe IRS tax debt, that debt is not assigned to anybody for a long time. If you file your return and you owe money, you're in the computer system. That's it. IRS sends out a LT 14. 6 weeks later, they go on 6-week cycles. They send you a CP 501, then a CP 503, then the nasty one, the CP 504, that's saying they're going to do a lot of stuff. That thing comes certified. You got to be careful. Sometimes it's good to react when you get that CP 504. When you get the LT11 or the 1058, at that point in time, after that letter, IRS is going to levy you. They're going to garnish your wages and file a federal tax lien, and they may go ahead and take your passport when you get that letter. So I just want you to be aware of that. How do you stop all this action from IRS? You just simply, you got to call them. Once you call them, the person on the other end of the phone turns off the computer switch. They've actually put a freeze code in your computer. There's a whole bunch of freeze codes internally they can put in, but you have to have an exit strategy. You can't just call them and say, hey, here's my problem. You can, but most people, I'd say 80% of them wind up with a payment agreement they can't afford because IRS controls your expenses. You just can't put your expenses on and say, hey, IRS, here's my expense if I can only afford this. It don't work like that. IRS says in the areas of food and clothing, housing and utilities, car payments and car expenses, and others, they're going to dictate what you can spend. That's all by the Department of Labor. If you need me, give me a call. I've done this a long, long time. You can call them if you want. Chances are it's not going to go well for you. I'm just letting you know. You've got to be really careful. Make sure all your tax returns are filed. And if you need me, I'm always here. Give me a subscription if you would. You can text me or email me. I try to get back to most all of you when I can. But if you have an idea for a YouTube, I'm happy to listen to you. Thank you so very much. I appreciate the subscription.